What's going on, everybody? It is 9 p.m. Eastern, whatever time you are, where you are. Do me a favor, guys. So some of you are kind of new to this. Over on the side, you have a chat bar, you have polls, you have offers, all that kind of stuff. We're going to be using all of that all throughout here. But just kind of say hello over there and let me know that you're coming in. That way I know that you are in here. We're going to give it a minute here just to allow everybody else to get in. It is mind-boggling, literally, guys, like mind-boggling how many people have registered for these two trainings today. It is absolutely mind-boggling. Like, I didn't know there were that many realtors in the US. So super, super cool. I mean, you guys can just kind of see it happening over there in the chat. I've got Michelle over in the chat as well, and she's going to be answering your questions as we go along, and then I'll be coming back to them at the end. And I will stay here and answer as many questions as you possibly want. This is how you know it's nighttime. There's a chance somebody might come in with a vacuum and I'll have to send them away. There's also not just a chance, but it's going to happen. Those lights behind me are going to turn off because nobody's there to like wave at them and keep them on. But I don't care. That's fine by me, okay? You can see my eyes all bloodshot. It's been a long day. We had a ton of people on the one earlier. I'm still getting back to everybody because I have a thing, as you guys know, where I get back to every single person. I want you guys to take a moment real quick. I'll load it up here. Two things I want you to do. Number one, if you look over in your offers tab off to the side there where the chat is, I just put up the Let's Connect on social. Click on that. That is going to give you the places where I'm most active on social, and I do different things on all of them. Make sure we're connected on Snapchat, on Instagram. I do a ton on there. Facebook, both my fan page and my personal profile. We just crossed 20,000 likes on my fan page, which is, again, absolutely mind-boggling. YouTube, if you're not subscribed on there, what are you waiting for? Like, get on there. That's where a lot of you found me to begin with. But do me a favor, go connect on those things. Take a picture right now, do something, and send it to me. Like, you guys are already doing it. So send it to me on Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook or one of these places. Tag me in these so that people know that this is going on right now. Let's leverage the idea that there's so many people on here, okay? And again, if you're connected with me on one platform and not another, get connected on all of them, guys. I do different things on every single one. And it's one thing for me to bring you value in a setting like this, but I want to do it every single day, okay? So give me the opportunity to do that. Go to connectwithjared.com. The other thing I want you to do, and I'm going to put it up right now, is that if you have not yet downloaded the business plan and the worksheet that is for today's call, it's now over there in your offers. Michelle, if you could put up even the link for that. I think the link was jaredjamestoday.com/2017 webinar docs, all lowercase. You're already on it. It's over in your offers right now too. We're going to talk about the business plan today, but we're not going to go over it in detail. Today is really about those 7 commitments. But the worksheet that's there is so that you can take a lot of notes today, which is what I want you to do. I want you to take a lot of notes. I know you're all coming here at different times, but please give me your undivided attention for the next hour, and then I'll hang on for as long as you guys want me to, as far as answering questions and doing all of that kind of stuff, okay? So I'm excited to have you guys on here. It looks like you guys are blowing up on here, sending me stuff, so that's awesome. Again, Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, both the fan page and the personal profile. And if you're not a member of the our Jared James coaching group on Facebook, just go into Facebook, put in Jared James coaching, ask to join that group. We do a ton of networking and masterminding and helping each other out, giving referrals. We post stuff in there all the time. So that's just another thing to try to help you guys. I literally have one job, guys, and that is to help you. Like, that's what my job is. I have the coolest freaking job in the world. I get to help people for a living, you know? Don't let these bloodshot eyes and, you know, that I've already been working for 14, 15 hours today or whatever fool you. I absolutely love this, okay? So send me your questions. Let me know you're on here. Tag me in the stuff, letting everybody know that we're going. And here's what we're going to do, guys. I am ready to go. I need to know that you're ready to go. Let me take this down right here. What I want you to do, actually, I'll just leave that up there so you guys have it. What I want you to do if you're ready to go, so I know that I can get started, because, again, we have a ton of people on here. I just posted on my personal profile on Facebook, the facebook.com/Jared James today. I posted that we're about to go live with this webinar. If you are ready to go and hit like on that status or leave a comment and tell me you're ready to go, and I will know, because it's tough when you don't see people here, I will know that you guys are here, we're not on too much of a delay, and you are ready to get started, okay? So So I'm gonna watch that, guys. Go over to that status, hit like, leave a comment, tell me you're ready to go. And once I see that, I think my status was here we go again, about to go live in 15 minutes. Once I see that starting to blow up a little bit and I see that you guys are liking it, you're leaving comments saying you're ready to go, I'm gonna get started. We're gonna open up the slides. I know a lot of you are gonna ask, the slides will be provided, okay? So I will give those slides to you. The other thing I wanna tell you is that we're gonna have an opportunity at the end here. We have a thing coming up in San Antonio at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. We're doing our annual advance coming up the end of this month on January 31st and February 1st. 2 days intensive training meant to immerse you in what you need to do really well in 2017. Hang around to the end. I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna give away 5 free tickets, okay? So hang around to the end. I'm gonna tell you what you need to do to win a ticket. And I'm gonna pick 5 people to win tickets to the advance for free, okay? So as far as I'm concerned, it looks like you guys are blowing up. Let's do this, okay? So let me get out the slides here. Before I do that though, I want you guys to answer this question. If you go over to your polls next to your chat there's a poll up right now. And it said, did you make a New Year's resolution? Okay, so go over, answer that. Let me know if you did make a New Year's resolution. Hopefully some of your resolutions are not to lie. So if you did not make a resolution, please do not tell me that you made a resolution. But the answers are yes, no, or obviously it's January already because some people are caught off guard, okay? We're gonna have some fun here, guys. I love the fact that you're getting pictures from people and such, holding beers and red wine and relaxing, and I wish. This is basically what I've got tonight. So cheers, okay? Looks like a lot of you, 65% or more, are doing that New Year's resolution, so that's fantastic, okay? Awesome, so let's get started. Let me pull it up here, guys. The goal tonight, I'm gonna do a little bit with the slides, but I'm gonna pull back and just talk to you guys and bring you through the notes of what you're gonna take down. Again, please give me your undivided attention and please take a ton of notes, because some things have the ability to change your business. They have the ability to change how you run that business, which ultimately have the ability to change even your livelihood in your life. So this is one of those moments, okay? So with that being said, let's get started. I asked that question in the beginning, and I had a reason for that. You know, a recent study was done, and they found that 45% of all people set New Year's resolutions. But here's the amazing part. Only 8% will actually achieve them. Now, why do I bring this up? Do I bring this up to bum you out right in the beginning? No, I know that kind of did that for some of you, but that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because we all can relate to this. If I could see you and I were able to ask the question, how many of you have ever had an intent, what you meant to do, and you had a disconnect between your intent and what you actually did, okay? That would be probably every single person listening right now. And what I wanna do is I wanna cover a little bit of why that happens today and how we can try to take advantage of this emotion we have when we head into a new year that actually allows us to do the things that we meant to do. Because I don't know about you, but I like being a part of the 8%, not the 92%. But if there's very specific reasons why that happens, okay? But first, let's talk about the industry overall, okay? We are in an industry right now where 61% of today's homeowners are under the age of 35, okay? That is astronomical. In fact, first-time home buyers now, according to the Consumer Housing Trends report, first-time home buyers now make up 52% of prospective buyers looking to purchase in 2017. And what's amazing about that is that's an almost 50% rise from where it was last year, because last year that was only 33%. And the question is, why did that happen? Because we need to know why that happens in order that so that we can adjust to our marketplace. And the reason this is happening right now is because millennials, those people that everybody kind of talked about, like the up and comers and that kind of stuff, millennials are now leading the pack. And they make up 61% of these first-time home buyers under the age of 35. What does that mean? That basically means that millennials aren't just people that live in their parents' basement anymore. They now are the market. We now need to know how they interact. We need to know how they're communicating. Because not only are they the majority of the market, but their parents act and communicate like they do. Their grandparents act and communicate like they do. And if we don't adjust the way that we are acting, if we don't adjust the way we're marketing, if we don't adjust the way we're communicating, they're going to move on to someone else because they come from a different age. They come from an age where they grew up with social. They don't understand delayed gratification. They don't understand only having one option, this referral based. They like a lot of options. They like things on their own time. Everything is on demand. They don't watch commercials. They don't even know that world. Like they know about binge watching, waiting until, a show gets through a few seasons so they can binge watch. It's a different world for them. And for any of you that have followed me for any amount of time, this stuff I've said this so many times. 92 to 96% of potential buyers and sellers start their searches where? Online. Their average time frame, it's no longer just referrals. Their average time frame now is between 3 and 18 months. I say it all the time. We used to be an industry that was enough to get in front of people when they were ready to buy and sell. We're now an industry where you have to get in front of people when they're ready to learn. Okay? Completely different way of doing business that everybody is still adjusting to. We're going to have a heavy focus on that at the advance of how that actually works and how that changes. Okay? People aren't just relying on referrals anymore. But the amazing thing is that 68% of these people are still working with the first person they have a conversation with, okay? So how do we change our tactics to make that happen? Mortgage rates are something that are a big deal right now too. 30-year fixed mortgages at the beginning of the year were just under 4%, and then they dropped down to just around 3.4 around there, and everybody thought they were ridiculously low, and then they rose back up to right now where they're right about at 4.13, and everybody was losing their marbles. Like, oh my God, rates went way up, oh my God. You have to put things in perspective though, because if you compare rates to where they were at the beginning of the year, they really haven't changed that much. They went from 3.97 to 4.13 for Freddie Mac, okay? In fact, historically, and that's something we really need to pay attention to, historically, decade by decade, the average rate in the 70s was 8.86, the 80s, 12.7, the 90s, 8.12, and the 2000s, 6.29, which seems like ridiculously low rates. And then we hit this generation, and now we're thinking that 4.1 is somehow an extremely high rate, and yet historically it's not. And as the experts in the area, we need to understand that. In fact, when you look at the projections, I took this from our friends over at KCM, Keeping Current Matters, and they talked about the projections, and these should actually say 2017, not 2016. And you look at where things are going, they're projecting that in the fourth quarter, they're going to go up to around 4.6%, which is really not that bad. That's still historically low. But here's something I really want to focus on that I think really matters, that I really wanted to talk about with you guys. When you look at the number of agents in our industry, has it gone up or down? It's gone up. When you look at the number of transactions, up or down? It's gone up. When you look at the number of FSBOs, for sale by owners, has it gone up or down? It's gone down. And yet, here's the most amazing thing. Knowing all of this, the average income for an agent has actually gone down, even though transactions are up, even though all of these other things are happening. The average income has gone down. In 2013, the average realtor made $37,200. The average realtor in 2014 made $36,500. The average in 2015 made $29,560, which was a more than 20% decrease from 14 to 15. And now in 2016, those stats will not come out until March, but they're expecting it to decline yet again. I use this not to make us look good, but our average JJE student last year averaged about $287,000 compared to the average realtor making $29,560. And the question is, why is that? Because we supply them with capes and they become superheroes? It happens for very specific reasons. And we're going to talk about that today because I believe that it has a lot to do with these 7 commitments that we're going to cover today. And I'm going to do this a little bit differently tonight because earlier I ran these all through the slideshow, but I want you guys to see me as we go through these right now, okay? Now is the time for you to, and that's gross, by the way, for those of you that are wondering. Now is the time that you're going to want to take out that worksheet and you're going to want to start to take notes. I will tell you that the PowerPoint slides I'm going to give you guys afterwards have all of the commitments actually on the slides. I just don't want to keep going back to a slide just to bring it back to me when I can just tell you what the commitments are. I'm going to give you a moment to write them down, and then we're going to talk about them a little bit, okay? This was about 7 commitments, but I'm going to tell you that I added a bonus 8th commitment, okay? These are absolutely crucial. The first couple of them you guys are going to be very familiar with. You may have heard them before, and then we're going to get into some stuff that maybe we haven't talked about before, okay? So please, full attention. This is stuff you're going to want to actually apply to your life if you want to get the results that you really want for 2017, okay? So first one. The first commitment is you got to commit to having a plan, okay? Now I want to show you something here as I talk about having a plan. One of the things we've given you is the business plan template available for download. Again, that link is up right there in the chat. You can go download this and the worksheet for this call, okay? Now you're gonna notice with this plan that the important part of a plan is that it needs to be simple, and you need to be able to reverse engineer what it is that you want, okay? But I want you to notice something with this plan. Here's all these things, divide this by this, divide that by that. We're trying to figure out how many buyers you have to meet with to close one, how many sellers, how many, all of this kind of stuff. If you're new in the industry and you don't have stats for the last 12 months, what I want you to do is I want you to talk to your broker, take the average for your office, and then go a little bit lower. Just kind of lowball, okay? But all of this that's in here right here, it matters in the sense that it's gonna get us to where we want it to go, but it's not what I want you focusing on, okay? What I want you focusing on is this page 2 right here. We want it nice and simple. All that matters on this whole plan is my gross income goal is I need to create blank appointments per week, and I need to create blank appointments per month. That is all that matters to me on this whole thing. Everything else that we do in here really comes down to that second page and understanding for the whole next year, every single day having something to look at that allows you to focus on what matters and really get you to understand what I call your key performance indicators, your KPIs, okay? When you run a business, these are the types of terms that you use. Most of us went through hours and hours of real estate classes that taught us how to pass a test but never actually run a business. We need to know what our key performance indicators are, our KPIs. Key performance indicators are not how busy you are. That's not a KPI. I was super busy today. Great. Doesn't matter. Key performance indicators are things like how many appointments have I set up? How close am I in GCI? Because appointments, we know from a statistical standpoint, let us know how close we are to getting the amount of money we desire or whatever else it is, because appointments equal money. They give us opportunities to potentially create new buyers, new sellers. It's not just busy work. That's why we call it KPIs. We've got to focus on the things that actually matter, so all that matters is that bottom half of that second page. That's what I want up on your desk. That's what I want you looking at every day. That's what I want you focusing on every day. Here's the main thing I want you to understand about committing to a plan. Your plan should be easy to understand, and more importantly, it should be difficult to misunderstand. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. By the way, guys, if you hear something you like or you think is like worthwhile, put it out on any social channel, tag me, share it with everybody else, okay? Anything that's good enough for you should be shared with somebody else. That's kind of how I look at things, okay? So a good plan should be easy to understand, but more importantly, it should be difficult to misunderstand, okay? That's the point of that plan. Let's move on to the second commitment. You're on your notes of your worksheet. The second commitment is the commitment to following that plan. It's the second commitment, following that plan. Bad routines cannot get in the way. 2017 isn't about what you're going to be doing tomorrow as a result of today's training with me, or what you're going to be doing 2 days from now as a result of the training. 2017 is about what you're still going to be doing 6 months from now. That is all that matters. This is terrible because I get labeled like a motivational guy. I hate the gym this time of the year because inevitably some person is taking up my spot on the pull-up bar who's not going to be there 2 weeks from now. Now, if you're going to be here, more power to you. Go for it. But if you're not, then we're just taking up the space here. Don't be one of those people. It's not about what you're going to do a day from now, a week from now, 2 days. It's about what will you still be doing 6 months from now. That's all that matters. One of my favorite quotes, and I shared this earlier, says, "The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine." The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. It's kind of a joke quote in the sense that it's a secret and it's hidden, but it's so simple. It's hidden in your routine. Whatever your routine is, that's what you'll get. So let's talk about routine. When we talk about following that plan, committing to that plan, in your routine, there are 3 things that you must do every day, okay? This is not a training today where I'm gonna show you how to create Facebook ads. I'm gonna show you the different tactics to, create this kind of business and that kind of business. Guys, my YouTube channel is a wealth of information for you. Go subscribe on there, youtube.com/Jared James Today. There's a Jared James Today Show episode where I talk about 7 different ways to create transactions. Go watch that thing. But there are 3 things that need to be a part of your every single day routine. 1 is lead creation / marketing, whatever you want to call it, lead creation / marketing. 1 is setting appointments. That has to happen every single day. And 1 is practice. You need to be practicing every single day, and that practice will lead to more appointments because you're going to get better at what you do. Now, when you say, I should be lead creating right now, yeah, go watch that video, 7 ways to create transactions, awesome thing you can do. But right now, your best source of leads right now that too many of you are not taking advantage of are people you've already met with. Every one of you, when you're done here, needs to go back through your calendar, or in some cases, some of you have one of those flip, whatever. You need to go back through your calendar. You need to look up every single person that you met with and didn't use you. You need to go look up every single person that was a lead that didn't respond to you. Those are your best leads right now. Because the average process, what did we say in the beginning, was 3 to 18 months? It's been long now, and you've forgotten about them, and they may be further along in their process. How do you reach out to them? Depends on what kind of a lead they are. One of the things you could do when you start looking at the stats and the other things we talked about with the market and how things are changing, and you could leverage that. You could reach out to them, and whether it's a buyer or a seller, you could say, hey, so-and-so, there's been some changes I'd like to go over with you that may affect you. If you're still looking to sell, there's been some stuff that just changed that may affect you. I'd love to go over with you. When can we chat? That matters to them. They're like, what's changed? Or they're buying. Hey, are you still looking to buy in 2017? There's been some changes that may affect you that you need to know about. When can we talk? Those are the types of things you want to reach out and talk to them about, because if they're serious, they're going to want to know what has changed their ability to buy, what has changed their ability to sell. Those are your best leads right now. But regardless of right now, if you were watching this in July of this year, lead creation marketing has to be a part of your everyday routine, okay? Regardless of what kind it is, how your personality works, every single day. Appointment setting has to be a part of your daily routine. It's scheduled, it's there. That means following up with old leads, following up with current people, following up with past clients, your sphere of influence. That means for sale by owners. That means expireds. That means circle prospecting. That means setting appointments, okay? I say it all the time. If you're a lumberjack, don't be surprised when you have to cut down trees. That's what lumberjacks do. If you are in real estate sales, setting appointments and having awkward conversations and reaching out to people that makes you a little uncomfortable is part of your job. Unless you want to be one of those agents that's averaging $29,000 a year and declining, it's part of your job. That's part of what you do. There are plenty of jobs that will pay you an hourly wage this is part of your job if you want to be considered a top producer. Appointment setting. Practice is a third one. This is one a lot of you struggle with because the types of personalities that get into real estate tend to be very attractive people, great with people, charismatic. They're just used to just kind of willing their way into anything, and they've got so much talent, and they've got so much. I believe that brokers hire based on talent, but you as an agent will succeed based on your level of skill, because everyone's talented once you get in this industry. Only your skill is what will separate you. And that means having an accountability partner. That means actually going through with them, talking in the mirror, going over your listing presentation, having people throw curveballs at you so that you can start to gain confidence. That means I did a video on the Jared James Today Show on how to gain confidence in sales. And I said confidence, or a lack of confidence, comes from a lack of certainty. We don't know what they're going to say. We're not sure how to respond. That's all practice every day, okay? Talent, you already have. You can't change that. Every day you need to be working on your skill. Every day. You think I don't work on what I do? You think it's just kind of like, my job is to make it look easy, okay? But I have to work on my skill, otherwise you don't get to the level that we get to and that we'll continue to get to. Skill, okay? Next one, next commitment. Write this down. Your next commitment for 2017 is video. God, this is one you guys avoid. You've been hearing it for a while, and too many of you are going to miss the boat, okay? Video is no longer an optional thing. It's just not. In a world where people are consuming content on their phone and on you, so many of you right now are watching me right now because you found me on YouTube. Watching me on there. Now you send me messages. I watch you every morning. I watch all of your stuff. I send it to all my people. Video. Why do you think that 3 years ago, if we were doing this training, I would have been sitting behind a phone with some PowerPoint slides you see, and now I'm doing it with this webcam looking at me and I'm looking right at you? Is it because I want you to see my bloodshot eyes? Yes, actually, because it humanizes me, okay? There's a connection that happens that you can't get through anything else. And when you look at today's consumer and how they're talking to 12 different agents and more and everything else, it is very easy for people to deny or turn down an email where the font is the same as everybody else's font and the signatures look the same. It is very difficult to turn down a person, to turn down a voice reflection they hear, to when you shoot a video and you send it over to somebody and you're at your kid's practice and you're like, I'm gonna get back to you when I'm done. Now they associate you as a parent or a friend or it's the one differentiating factor you have. And if you're not using it, you're gonna miss the boat. And by the time you finally get on the boat, everyone else will have caught up and it's not gonna be a differentiating factor anymore. We gotta get over it, guys. If you're afraid of how you look and how you sound, then you might as well not go out in public anymore, because every single day, just because you don't have a phone recording you or a video recording you, whatever, everyone sees you and everyone hears what you sound like every single day, okay? We've got to get over that. Video is where it's at. And if you want to start using video, the best place to do that is BombBomb, okay? I think we have, Michelle, if you want to put this up, I think we have an affiliate thing, bombbomb.com/Jared James. You can do it right from your phone, right from your Gmail, right from wherever you want. And ultimately what will happen is, on top of that, they have an app where anytime somebody watches your video, it's going to notify you so that you know right then you need to contact them, because that's the ultimate context. You need to get over this and start using video. I'm not a public person, guys. I know that I have that and I have a bunch of followers on here and the whole thing. Like, I'm not a video guy, and yet my whole career is built on video. Think about that. Think about that. Because I'm not a fool. I know what I need to do well, okay? Use video. Next one. This next one, guys, you guys are gonna hate as well. And then I'll get to a couple that you'll like, okay? But the next commitment for 2017, you can write this in your worksheet, commit to regular exercise. Oh, dun, 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 you guys hated that. Commit to regular exercise. What in the world does that have to do with selling real estate or business or just anything overall? I did another thing. I wrote an article for Realtor Magazine on the effects of stress on your body, the effects of stress on your level of productivity, the effects of stress on your mindset, the effects of stress on, here's something that I believe. For me, and guys, we have a coaching program, we have thousands of students, okay? Here's what I believe. It is not enough for me for you to be running a healthy business if the one running it isn't healthy. Okay, I'm gonna say that again. It's not enough for me. We have not succeeded with a student if they're making a bunch of money and doing whatever. It's not enough for me for someone to be running a healthy business if the person running it isn't healthy, okay? Guys, I am not looking for you to be Baywatch babes. I'm not looking for you to, I don't care about any of that. Some people who are larger than others are healthier than others. Some people, I'm talking about what it does for you. I'm talking about the stress release. I'm talking about the chemicals being released. I'm talking about, guys, for those of you that follow me on Snapchat, right? I got my Did You Sweat today that I do every single day. Do you think that's because I want to? It's a stress release for me, okay? And it creates the narrative that I'm keeping myself in shape and I'm taking care of myself. And it gives me somebody just sent me, because like I said, I've already worked like 15, 16 hours today. And I did this big thing with thousands of people on it. And then I was responding to 250 messages. And then I ran home and I went for a run, took a shower, got back in and responded to messages. And they said, aren't you tired? And I said, I prepare for this. Like, I take care of myself. Like, don't you? You need to. If not for you, then think about the legacy that you're leaving, the example you're setting for your friends, for your colleagues, for your family, for your children. I believe that we should all be trying to commit to a life that's worth modeling. It's like that old saying, be the person your kids think you are. I mean, that'll mess you up. Be the person your kids think. I don't know about you guys, but like my kids think I could like go walk across like a fountain of water. Like okay? Try to commit to living a life that is worth modeling. Not perfection, but you're trying to live a life that is worth modeling, okay? Watch how much better you feel. Watch how much more productive you are. There's something about making a ton of money and not being healthy and not feeling good and always feeling sick and always feeling tired and always feeling that just doesn't make it worth it, okay? There are more important things in life and you can have both, but it's about prioritizing and understanding that in 2017, you need to commit to regular exercise, okay? Fifth commitment for 2017. Fifth commitment for 2017, commit to having a low tolerance. I'm not talking about you drinking red wine right now, okay? Commit to having a low tolerance. We don't get what we want, we get what we tolerate. Okay, remember that. We don't get what we want, we get what we tolerate in our business, in our life, in our... Stop tolerating incompetent, unproductive, life-sucking, negative people. We get what we tolerate. Here's another one. Please stop tolerating the peer pressure to be like everyone else. Please stop tolerating the peer pressure to be like everyone else. I have news for you. If you're in this industry, you are not like everyone else. You're just not. Being an entrepreneur in many ways is like a superpower, okay? The fact that I and many of you can walk into a room and kind of sense the room and get what people are talking about and get how they're feeling when you see them. And, you know, we have this extra gear where like me right now, I'm probably gonna be here till 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm completely fine with that. I'm energized, whatever. I have like a sixth gear if I was a stick shift. Like that's a superpower. There is nothing wrong with being different. Stop trying to become or make other people make you feel like you need to be just like them and you need to act like them and you need to think like them and you need to be okay with the things that they're okay with and you need to not market in a different way because you're stealing their clients, okay? So no innovation or no, okay, I've never seen anyone steal any clients. Unless they literally tied them up and took them, clients decide where they go. If somebody, that's just business 101, if somebody gets more innovative and you start joining our program and you join our coaching and we start getting you doing some more innovative stuff and now you start picking up more market share and people that used to work with someone else are now working with you, that's just called innovation. Stop falling to the peer pressure of I need to be like everyone else, I need to market like everybody else, I should be okay with whatever they think I should be, they should be. Start to embrace the moments of loneliness. I don't know how more clear to be about that. Embrace the moments of loneliness. That's where real stuff gets done. You know, I can tell you guys, a lot of the people around me, there's a lot that I have in common, and then there are parts of me that they will never understand that I'm just different. And I know that I'm just different. There's just no way around that, and I've embraced that. My lonely moments, when it just seems like, why am I doing this? How come I want to be away from everybody? I'm working on something that's different than what everybody else is doing. That's when I get stuff done. Embrace being different. Embrace those moments of loneliness because that's when things get done. And when I talk about having a low tolerance in 2017, I'm not just talking about for other people. I'm talking about having a low tolerance for your own unproductive habits, for your own unproductive things that you're doing every single day. You should be asking yourself the question, and I want you to write this down. Every single day, you should be asking yourself the question, where is the operational drag in my business, and how do I or we fix it? If you're a team, it's we. If you're an individual, it's I. Where is the operational drag in my business and how do I fix it? You should be asking that constantly because you can always get better. Unproductive habits, unproductive patterns, we need to start to develop a low tolerance for, okay? Number 6, let you guys move on in the worksheet. Number 6, the 6th commitment And I'll go over these at the end again, guys, okay? And you're also going to get the PowerPoint slides for these. The sixth commitment is the commitment to measuring your business. The commitment to measuring your business. And thank you for that, Michelle, putting that up there. So number 5, just so you know, is having low tolerance, and number 6 is now measuring your business. If you've ever thought about it, we get off track and we feel helpless. We get off track when we feel helpless and out of control, right? Isn't that when you fall off the track with eating and food and the gym and, you know, it's just like, oh, I ate too much and now I can't, I'm just out of control and we have no idea. It's when we're not measurable. The same thing happens in our business. When we're just busy people, but we don't really know what creates what and what our ratios are and all that kind of stuff, we don't know when we're in a funk. We don't know when we're slow, how to come out of it, how to make more, because we didn't even know how we got to where we were. We just stayed busy, okay? And so I always say you can't measure what you don't track. And so what we track, we can measure, and what we measure, we can grow. But you will have no predictable growth without first tracking and measuring. When you look at what we do with our one-on-one students, one of the first things we do is we make them fill out a full financial audit. And we find out exactly where they are. We find out where many times we're able to save them more money than they're going to spend on coaching because they're wasting so much money on products and services that, not that they're bad, they're not ready for them. If you're spending a ton of money on lead creation and you don't even have a proper CRM and system set up, complete waste of money. Okay, so that's one of the first things we do. We go over, we have different forms we use, different software and stuff to start tracking their business. We start tracking their activities. We start tracking their expenses. We start tracking the ROI on things. We start tracking their savings. We're going to start saving, okay? We start tracking that kind of stuff. We start tracking where they are in relation to their goal. If you run a business and you are not familiar with, or you don't know, or you have no idea about the things I'm talking about right now, you are not running a business, you are running around. That's what you're doing. You're not running a business, you're running around. You're just kind of crazy trying to make things happen. Let's see where we fall at the end of the year. If I could see you right now, I'd say how many of you, by a show of hands, at the end of the year literally did not know to the dollar or to the thousand of dollar even what your final GCI was? How many number of transactions did you do? Most people don't know. You should know that on June 27th. You should know that on May 3rd. You should know that all throughout the year. That's called running a business, okay? And so the sixth commitment is the commitment to measuring your business, okay? Let's talk about the seventh commitment. And as I said, guys, I'm gonna go over these 7 and I'm gonna have a bonus one, okay? And then we're gonna do nothing but answer your questions and do whatever you wanna do from that perspective, okay? The seventh commitment is the commitment to continually learning. Now, this is kind of a selfish commitment for me because we have an advance coming up that I'm gonna tell you guys about, and I'm gonna tell you how to win free tickets potentially. But this is not just a selfish commitment. This is something that I absolutely live by. I mean, I did an interview with, I don't remember if it was Active Rain or with Playster or something like that. And they said, we see you everywhere. Like, it seems like you have students everywhere, you have whatever. And they said, what do you do that's better than everyone else? What do you do better? And I said, the one thing that I do better than everyone else is I learn more. If you watch me, when I'm running, when I'm in my car, when I'm sitting at my desk, I'm always listening to stuff and learning. And most of the time, the things that I get from that are not even what they said or intended for me to learn. It's that it gets me on some other track and makes me think about something else. And I learn and I learn and I learn. I learn better than everyone else. In 2017, you need to commit to continually learning. I put something on Instagram recently. I don't know if you guys, hopefully you guys follow on Instagram. I'm at Jared James Today on there. But again, all the places you guys can just go to connectwithjared.com. They're all right there. But I posted something on Instagram recently, and we also just released wallpapers to help you guys stay on track, where you can actually put wallpapers on your phone with different things I say and such. I think that's at jaredjamestoday.com/wallpapers. Michelle, if you can put that up, they're free. But one of them says, first you learn, then you drop the L. First you learn, then you earn. But the learning part is first, and that's where so many of us want to skip, is the learning part. And yet the learning part is what ultimately keeps us from having to wander around and around and around and around and just make mistakes. The learning part is important. And so what does that mean for me? Or what does that mean for you? That means that you need to find a voice that you listen to, okay? For some of you, it's me. Subscribe on YouTube, okay? And go watch all the videos. For some of you, I'm your voice. For some of you, you listen to me every morning, you watch throughout the day, you are subscribed and follow on all my social channels, and I'm the voice that you listen to, and there's something about my voice that gets you going and gets you rearing and gets you like excited and makes you do what it is that you need to do, and I'm that voice for you. For others of you, I'm not the voice, and I'm fine with that. You can't fake this, but you need to find a voice that you relate to, that speaks to you, that when they say something, it does something to you and it makes you act, because you will make more money as a result of having that voice in your life, trusting that voice in your life, valuing that voice in your life. So if it's me, then go all in, okay? If it's not me, find the one that matters to you, okay? Now, while I'm talking about continually learning, I told you guys I was gonna do kind of a contest for you, so I guess I'll kind of do that now. I'm gonna tell you really quickly, and then we're gonna go over an 8th commitment. We have an annual advance in San Antonio at the end of this month. I'm gonna be at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center on January 31st and February 1st, and 2 days at the convention center of intensive training, where we're gonna teach you exactly what you need to run a real estate business, which is absolutely crucial. It's gonna be immersion. You're gonna get away from everything, and you're gonna get immersed for 2 days with exactly what you need to get on track and finally get serious about building a real estate career, a saleable asset, okay? Now, I'm gonna give away 5 free tickets to it, regardless of where you are in North America, or you had a guy from Ireland earlier and whatever. Here's how you can win a ticket. And if you've already bought tickets and you try to win a ticket, I'm gonna refund your ticket, okay? All you need to do to win a free ticket is you need to send me a message on Facebook, either on my fan page or on my personal profile. Send me a message on Instagram, send me a message on Snapchat. If you have my email, email me, but the easiest way is gonna be sending me a message on Facebook or one of these places. And I want you to tell me, number one, who you are, where you're from. I want you to tell me why you wanna come to the advance, and I wanna know what it's gonna do for you. I'm gonna pick 5 people, okay? And the reason I'm gonna do that is that I told you in the beginning, my job is to help people, and it's the best freaking job in the world, okay? And so I know what's gonna happen at this conference, and I know the content that I have coming here, and I know what it's gonna do for people's businesses, so I want as many of you there as we can possibly get. So 5 of you I'm gonna pick tonight. I'm gonna stay here till 2 a.m. if I have to, okay? I want you to send me a message on Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram or somewhere like that, and I want you to tell me who you are, where you're from, okay? Why you wanna come, and what it's gonna do for your business. And I'm gonna pick 5 tonight. And I'm gonna reply, I'm gonna say, you're in, let's do it, okay? Really quickly, guys, I'll give you a quick little overview of what the advance is, because I know I saw some of you asking what that is. Let me pull it up here really quickly, if I can find it. I think that's it right there. I guess we'll see in a second here. Yes, okay. So the annual advance, like I said, it's January 31st and February 1st, 2 days of intensive content at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center. Just so you know too, for those of you that wanna purchase tickets, I'll put those up in a second. If you end up purchasing tickets and then you win, I'll refund you. But this price right here, $249, at 11 o'clock tonight is going up to $349, okay? So this is the last time it's gonna be $249 a ticket. That is sick value for what you're gonna get with 2 days of me doing 95% of the training, okay? At this, you're gonna have, here's the agenda, guys. We're gonna be talking about all the way things from like doing a profit loss for your business, how to get other people to pay for your marketing legally, how that gets done, your financial part of your business, savings, personal expenses, what should you be spending money on, just breaking down all the things you don't learn in real estate classes and a brokerage isn't gonna teach you, okay? How to act like a digital marketer and why that matters to start bringing people in, because that's where people are searching, how to hire, how to use the disc profiles, how to grow your team with the right hires so you're not making the wrong ones, real estate assistants 101, again, when it's time for an assistant, what should they be doing, how to hire them, how to find them, do you start with a virtual and then go to all of this kind of stuff. And then the next day, I'm probably gonna take longer than this hour and 15 minutes, and I'm gonna just be covering many different new ways that many of you have never even heard before of how to create leads in 2017 that are just strategic and smart. I'll cover 3 or 4 things that are tried and trues because they still work, but I'm gonna cover some new stuff. Then Steve Passanelli's gonna get up and he's gonna cover video. And he's gonna go over everything that matters with video and how to use it. He's gonna be using hands-on with you right then and getting you to do it so you understand how it works. Then I'm gonna be covering conversion techniques. And for all of our students and everybody, I'm now changing our conversion techniques. Why? Because the market's changed. So I'll be introducing some new ways that we'll be converting in 2017, okay? Then we'll be interviewing some of our students. And what's gonna be really cool about that, by the way, let me pull this back to me here. We're gonna have students up on stage with me that some of them have gone from $50,000 a year to now 2 years later, they're making $400,000 a year and they have a team and they have a whatever. We're gonna have other people up there that started with us 2 years ago. They were making 100 grand and now they're making 700 grand. We're gonna have some people up there that are in process, that they were struggling greatly and now they're at 100 or 150 and now they're on the process of going in. We're gonna have different levels represented so everybody's able to get something, okay? And we're gonna have some events also the night before and then right after day one for everybody to be a part of. So if you want that, buy the tickets. In fact, I'll actually put right here, if you guys go over to the offers, let me just throw it up here, but you can get them right on our website. If you go over to offers right now, that's the place where you go get the tickets. They'll be $249 right now. As of 11 o'clock, they're gonna be $349. If you buy your tickets and then I pick you, you send me a message and I pick you and whatever, I'll refund you. It's really that simple, okay? So check that out, guys. You need to invest in yourself, okay? You need to get serious about investing in yourself in something that has the ability to change the outlook of where you're going, okay? So, continually learning is something that matters. Let's go to the 8th one here. And then, I'm gonna do nothing but answer your guys' questions for as long as you want me to answer questions, okay? The 8th one, if you're writing these down as a bonus, just add it on as a bonus, is commit to accountability. Commit to accountability. Why? Because so many of you watching right now have tried on your own over and over again, and how'd that work out? There's only so much we can do on our own. There's only so strong that we are. Here's something that I really want you to remember and I want you to stick. I want this to stick with you after this call. 2017 for so many of you is going to be a fresh start, but it will be a familiar end if you don't start getting serious about your level of accountability. I'm gonna say that again. 2017 is a fresh start, but it will be a familiar end if you don't start getting serious about your level of accountability. Accountability matters. Now, how can you get accountable? Obviously, we're a coaching company, but for some of you, you've got people in your office that can hold you accountable, okay? Some of them have the skill set to do it, some of them don't, but for some of you, that's something that you can do. For others of you, you've got to start getting serious about things like coaching. I can't tell you how many people take advantage of your emotion this new year where you're like, you know what? I'm going to invest in a coach. I'm going to invest in my business. It's time. I can't tell you how many people we have in our program that struggled with the idea of it, struggled, and now they're making 2, 3, 4 times what they were making, and they go, what the frig was I thinking? Like, why was I not doing this, okay? Because there's something about having that person that not only sees things from a different perspective, sets up the strategy for where you want to go, gives you clarity, and then holds you accountable to exactly how it's going to work. We had for any of you that are in our Jared James coaching group on Facebook, if you're not on there yet, go ahead and go and try to join that. This was posted there, I think just last week or a couple days ago. This is one of our one-on-one students who had just joined. And she said, so this morning I started looking at my numbers since joining Jared James. She joined one-on-one coaching. I've always been a buyer's agent, but I've been trying to even out. When I started in August, I had 1 listing. Since then, 5.5 months later, I currently have 10 active listings. I have 4 pending listings, and I've already closed 5 of my listings. That's 20 more when she had 1 prior. To go from $169,000 in active listings, 0 in pending, to 1.6 million closed from January through August, and now 2.2 more million in active listings. And 1.2 million pending, and 800,000 more in closed listings. I'd love to take all the credit, but the reality is that if you use the tools that Jared, Donna, and Ryan, that's her coach, tell you to use, then it works. I'll still end the year as 1/3 sellers, 2/3 buyers, but I'm getting closer to where I wanted to be, okay? Now, from an accountability standpoint, we have added something new to our offerings to you. So one-on-one coaching used to be, let me show you guys this, what it used to be and how there was only a couple different options for you. So for those of you that are seeing this right here, there's a couple different options. We have our virtual coaching, which is only $59 a month. Every single person in here, if you're not in one-on-one coaching, should at minimum be in our virtual coaching. It's a members-only dashboard with our template scripts, campaigns. I do a weekly broadcast every single week. It's the cheapest thing going, the best value in real estate. But there's no substitute for one-on-one, okay? And one-on-one coaching we used to offer as something called Gold Level. And that was the opening level, and it was $499 a month, and it was one-on-one with your coach, 2 calls a month, and some other things. And we've now decided to offer group coaching as well for up to 2 people. You have to find the person that you will do the group coaching with, somebody from your office, somebody from your area, from a similar place that you are within your business. But if you want gold coaching with you and one other person, it's only $599 a month, which is about $300 a month, which is a ridiculous value. If you go as high as platinum level, if you want to coach individually, that's $999 a month, 4 calls a month. If you want to do it together with another person, it's $1199, basically $600 a month. Again, sick value. And then we have Premier Team level coaching, which is a completely different thing, okay? I'm going to answer questions and go into a couple other things here, guys, but I had to let you know about that because it's January, and this is when a lot of you right now are considering coaching and doing something different in your business and finally getting serious about this whole business thing. And so if you're interested in that, over on the side where it says offers, there's a thing there to click to go look at our different coaching options. For the different one-on-one options, all you're signing up for is a consult. You're going to do a consult with our director of coaching, a free strategy session. We're going to see if it's a good fit. We're going to talk to you about what's covered and what's whatever. Many of you should be doing a consult to see if this is something you should be considering, because quite honestly, you can't afford not to. You're costing yourself a lot of money by not being accountable to someone else, by not having someone make you create that plan, implement that plan, get better at video, practice with you, help you set up your systems that are necessary, screen share with you and set up those systems, create a team if you want to do that, focus on the various lead generation techniques that you either don't understand or you're just not staying true to, converting your leads that you know that you're not staying long-term in touch with enough, and you're just kind of going, oh, these leads suck, when the truth is it's probably just your fault for not staying in touch. Start tracking and measuring your business. That's what ultimately needs to happen for so many of you right now. So that's over there on those offers. I'm going to get to all of your questions now, okay? Those are the 8 different commitments that we need to focus on. Some of them are going to have higher level importance to some of you than others because they just matter more, or, you know, you struggle with that more. Let's get to your questions, okay? What's my favorite podcast to listen to? Chrissy, I got a few. I'm really a big guy for, especially when I'm running and stuff, I'll listen to YouTube videos of people being interviewed because I love listening to successful people and hearing them being interviewed and those kind of things. Linda, what's the best CRM? Linda, in about 3 months, we're offering a CRM. So in about 3 months, we're working to developers right now. We're getting very close. And so we're going to be offering our own CRM. We're going to be offering our own websites for people. We're going to have our built-in follow-up processes and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of the things that a lot of CRMs don't do that I think they need to be able to do from the coaching perspective, I'm going to have the ability to now make them do that because I own the company. So in 3 months, us. So pretty cool stuff. Get these questions, guys. So, okay, we have an 8-touch policy for new internet leads. It's like beating your head against the wall. What are some fresh dialogue to use after the 4th? Hey, can we help? Email, phone. How can I beat my assistant ISAs on how to do this and motivate them? Okay, so here's the important thing to do, Jody. It's all the language. You guys hear me say all the time, the quality of your questions will always determine the quality of the answers you get. So what you want to do whenever somebody becomes an internet lead, that means that they have interest, either a property they looked at or getting the home valuation, right? So you need to use that to your advantage. So right off the bat and right through to the 4th touch, the dialogue needs to go like this. When they call, if they leave a voicemail, let's say it's a seller lead, it needs to say something like this. Hi, so-and-so. I'm so-and-so from so-and-so real office. I just got your request for your home valuation. I'm working on it right now. I just need one more thing from you, which is to get into your house. I just need one more thing from you. I'm going to be at this number for the next 30 minutes. Call me right back so I can get this done and get it over to you, okay? You need to dangle the carrot. That's what I see in follow-up that doesn't happen enough, is that people are not dangling the carrots. If they took the time to not only go online and look at a certain site or a certain landing page or a certain ad, but to put in their information, there's a level of interest, okay? You're either not responding quick enough or you're not dangling the carrot enough. Hey, I'm working on it right now. I just need one more thing. I'm gonna be at this number for the next 20 minutes. Give me a call at. That's how you dangle a carrot, okay? Yes, we're gonna have a CRM, guys. Yeah, this has been kind of hush-hush. I've been investing a ton of money, a ton of time, but we're coming out with our own. It's gonna be through a company called Jarja Media, but it's gonna be a complete CRM website. You can either have the CRM attached to the back end of the website, or you can have a standalone CRM. Either way, or you can have a standalone CRM and eventually add one of the websites without it. It'll transition seamlessly, so you don't lose any of your data. Absolutely. Let me see, guys. What other questions? Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Amy, how are you different than Tom Ferry or other popular real estate coaches? Okay, couple of things. So Tom is actually the one that we are the most familiar, okay? But people like Brian is all referrals, great dude, but all referrals. Mike Ferry, it's all prospecting, whatever. The thing that separates me from so many people is that I'm not ideological, okay? Meaning that I don't care what it takes for us to create business. As the industry changes and as the market changes and consumers change, so do we, okay? Now, somebody asked me, last thing was Friday or something, or was it Monday, when everybody was off from work and I was even at home, and I was doing a coaching consult with a guy that I don't even do coaching consults anymore, but he came in. I knew he was a future rock star. I saw it, and I told my office, I said, set it up with me. I want to talk to him. So I started talking to him. I did it from my dining room table in my gym clothes. We went through the whole thing. He was psyched. He said, I'm going to sign up because I just need to know, like, what's different about you? Like, what's, because I'm looking at this guy, I'm looking at that guy, I'm looking at, whatever. He goes, what's different about you? I said, what's different about me is that I'm on this video chat with you right now when I don't need to be, because I truly care, because I take my job very seriously, very serious from the perspective of people invest in my company. People trust what I say. People, I want you to freaking kill it. Like, like I really care about that. It's not about the numbers. Guys, I'm financially fine. Okay. Like that's not the goal anymore. Okay. I freaking love what I do. And I love the testimonials I get from you guys. And I love the idea that when I help you change your financial outcome, it changes your relationships. It changes how your kids grow up. It changes so many different things. I love that, okay? Ballpark on your CRM, mid-March, April, okay? CRM terminology, it means customer relationship manager or contact relationship manager, okay? Do you have an idea of CRM cost? We haven't come up with that yet, but probably around 30 bucks a month, somewhere in there. The website's another thing. You don't have different levels where it'll be 150, 300, like depending on what you're going to do. How do you buy your own CRM? Meaning if you choose to switch companies to a better program, how do you take your existing CRM with you? So your broker offers a CRM, you can virtually be shut out anytime. Yeah, all you do is export the data from the CRM, and you can easily import it into another one. It's a simple process. Any CRM you move to, they can show you how to do it, and in many cases, they can do it for you. How can I better motivate my team? Are there some good books to help to be a better leader for a team of 3? Jody, I don't think a book would do it, quite honestly. Especially a team of 3, that's about individuals. You need to find out what motivates them, because different things do. What is going to keep them passionate about it? What kind of incentives can you give them based on benchmarks? They need to see you. They need to see you not be stressed and all the time. They need to see you excited about what you do and talk about that and communicate it to that. A lot of times when I see people who are having issues motivating their team, it's because everybody got so busy and bogged down that they're not focused on why they do what they do anymore. And that's where motivation leaves, okay? So you really wanna kind of look inward. Christina Applegate, but not the famous Christina Applegate. I want to win a ticket to the convention. I live in San Antonio, and I was born in Mexico, but raised in Missouri. I'm brand new to the business, and I'm positive that I can. And then there was something else. Christine, send me a message on Facebook, okay? Tell me all the things we said before. Where you're from, who you are, why you want to come, and what it's going to do for your business, okay? How available are scripts? We have a ton of scripts with our students and stuff and dialogues, and I'm creating new ones all the time. Jen, best lead sources. Without a doubt, Facebook, when done correctly, best lead source, like hands down. But traditional things, I mean, like strategic direct marketing right now still works extremely well. Go watch that video I told you about. Michelle, if you can get the link to the video, the 7 ways to create transactions, you need to watch that, because I talk about 7 different ways. Your best lead source is going to depend on your personality in your area, so you got to look at that, okay? Does your program and coaching break things down to what to do each day? Yeah, yes, on what to do each day, yes. And we also follow a point system that holds you accountable. to making sure you're doing things every single day that create business, okay? Will your Facebook leads poured into the CRM? Yes. Let me see here. Will CRM have automation workflows? Absolutely. Will your CRM have automation workflows? I mean, yeah, even beyond that, absolutely. Will this be recorded for future review? As long as it works correctly, yes, it will. The 8th commitment was a commitment to accountability, guys, okay? Get a coaching console. At the bare minimum, you need to be in virtual coaching until you can get into one-on-one. The other thing a lot of you need to consider, if you go to our website, and Michelle, if you could put the link up, I created a 10-section course called Blueprint for Real Estate Success that has 10 different sections in it and over 50 videos and hours of training that helps you set up your business. It's $499. You guys need to go check that out as well. There's a lot of resources here, okay? I'm signing off. I got an early morning, whatever. Love the interwebs. Da, da, da. Karen, awesome. No problem. What else we got here, guys? I'm going to answer anything you want me to. How can a part-time agent become successful? Work so hard until you're full-time. A part-time agent whose goal is to be part-time forever will never do that well because people don't want to hear that, I'd show you that house, but, I'm at my other job. Nobody wants to hear that. I'm excited to hear about the CRM and website. I'm excited to have it come out, guys. You have no idea. I've been doing early morning meetings like constantly. Just finishing up some stuff. So this is going to be really, really cool. Top advice for a brand new agent to start killing it. Put yourself in positions to fail over and over again. Go do open houses over and over. Start taking leads from other agents. Start making phone calls. Follow, again, the 7 ways to create transactions. Put yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable so that you fail over and over. So that you're put in situations where you don't know what to say. Because that humiliation will make you learn really quick and you'll get better really, really quick, okay? So that's the answer I have for you. Let me see here. I'm just starting my own company. What is your most important, where are you? Where did you go? What is your most important #1 advice? I'd have to know your company and more of the details, but run it like a company, okay? Like when we talk about knowing your numbers and those kind of things, run it like a company. Karen, I did the blueprint. It's awesome. Awesome, guys. Yeah, get into the blueprint. I would absolutely love that. I skipped some questions down here, guys, so I'm trying to get back down to them. Okay, all right. How do I figure out how much marketing should I be spending? How much can you afford? That's how much marketing. Also, what kind of systems do you have on the back end? If you can afford $1,000 a month but you don't have systems, focus on your systems before the marketing. Now, how much can you afford? That's called investing in your business. It's also a tax write-off. It really just comes down to how much you can afford. That's what really matters. Kelly, everyone should be in coaching. Find the money. You won't believe how it will change your business. Kelly, thank you so much for that. I seriously do appreciate that. Kelly's a one-on-one student of ours. Continual learning is something, ? It absolutely is. See that? You just learned something. God, guys, a lot of questions. I'm going to keep answering them, though. Like I said, guys, I'll hang out. Even if it's not entertaining, I will hang out as long as you want me to. So excited to have a good CRM with good follow-ups. Guys, that's what it was. I just got to the point where I said, we can do this ourselves. And when we need to change something and the market changes, I'll have my own developers and I'll change what needs to change. If this works, it'll be recorded. Hopefully the technology works. How do you recruit good people for a team? You first have a strong team, okay? Go watch my video on YouTube, my Jared James Today Show video on how to build a team or how to create a team. And I mentioned in there that 9s don't date 3s, okay? I think you all know what I'm talking about. 9s don't date 3s. So you need to look at your business, your team, and you need to say, are we a 3 or are we a 9? Because if you're attracting 3s, 4s, and 5 agents, then you're not a 9. So first you need to set up your infrastructure, set up your systems, set up your lead flows, set up all of that stuff so that you as a team are a 9. And now you'll start attracting really good agents. We help with that in coaching as well, okay? I want a team. How do I go about it? Josh, either get into coaching or go watch my video on building a team. First thing you need to do, though, is be successful yourself so that you have an overflow, okay? I did the blueprint. Awesome. You're awesome. I'll see you in San Antonio. I did the blueprint. It is essential for agents starting their business. Where do I sign up for the coaching consult? Lori, if you go over right now to the offers, right now in that tab offers, there's a thing, learn more about coaching. Just go to one-on-one coaching or just go to our website and go to the one-on-one coaching part. There's a thing that you sign up for a free coaching strategy session, free consult. That's where you sign up for that, okay? And again, For a lot of you, some of you who can't afford one-on-one coaching need to be looking at the group of 2 where it's only $300 a person. You've got to find a way, like Kelly said, find a way, because you are costing yourself money by not being in there, okay? What's the best first hire to make? Go watch the Build a Team one that talks about that. But your first hire depends on your structure and what you're trying to do, but it's usually going to be a good assistant, okay? By the way, in the beginning, when you said what's your first hire to make, marketing assistant or admin, in the beginning, they're the same thing, okay? How do I not work 24 hours a day? Love what I'm doing, but want to determine some sort of schedule. Kim, you got to get into coaching. Like, okay, that's exactly who that's for. You have an overflow right now, which is fantastic, okay? But you need to form a team, okay? And a team means many things to many different people. That doesn't mean 50 people. That means learning to delegate and having people have specific roles and looking at what that means for you. But if you want to stop working 24 hours a day, it starts with systems and infrastructure, and it starts with delegation, okay? We can help you do that. I would get into a consult. That's what we're here for. Do you think you have to create a team to be successful? Yes and no. The idea of a team that most people have, which is many different buyers agents and listing agents and all this kind of stuff, no. Some people, that's good for them. Some people, it's not, okay? But the idea of a team, meaning that you have people helping you, meaning you have an admin and that kind of stuff, or a marketing help or something like that, absolutely. You will only go so far by yourself, okay? Looking forward to seeing you at the Berkshire Hathaway convention in Phoenix. Oh, that's right. That's coming up. I am doing that convention again. I love doing that convention, guys. They brought me back like 3 years in a row, which is a first. They don't do that. They usually skip years with people. So Michelle just put up the consult form link also, the consult form link in the chat. You guys can go to that. Do you have a bio for your coaches? Yeah, we have bios for all of our coaches. All our coaches are from different walks of, parts of the business. They all sell. They're all extremely qualified in the sense that we get a lot of applications for coaches and we don't hire hardly any of them. Then they have to go through extensive training before they even get their first student. And then they are trained weekly. We have a full-time director of coaching that does nothing but train them and work with them and their students to make sure you're getting what you need. We've come a long way, guys. If you coached with us 2 years ago, we're a different company than we were 2 years ago. Like, we've come a long way. Have a great night. Thank you so much for doing a second late evening time. No problem, guys. I do that because I know a lot of you need that. And so that's, I'm doing it for you. Do you help with systems? Absolutely. That's one of the main things we help with. Get into coaching. What CRM do you recommend until yours is available? Wise Agent. Go to wiseagent.com/Jared James. You'll get a free month. You even got our follow-up systems in there. Thank you for the thing. Thank you so much. You rock. You have to get in coaching. Coaching's awesome. What's the best way to follow up on internet leads which come in during the night? You should have your systems in place. So regardless, a proper CRM, by the way, like ours coming up, you can have different follow-ups happening when they come in the middle of the night compared to when they come in during the day. So that should all be a part of your systems, okay? It should be taking into account what time a lead is coming in. Finish the 7th commitment. Continually learning is what? I didn't get the rest of it. The 7th commitment was continually learning. The 8th commitment is commit to being accountable, accountability. Hired my first agent and introduced her to your 30-day plan. That's awesome. I'm all in with the CRM and the website. We have a lot of people that are. Stay in touch, guys, because we're going to have beta users at first. Have you seen my post on your Facebook? Would like to get a ticket? Probably not yet. Guys, I've gotten like 250 messages and more. But again, if you wrote me, you're going to get a response tonight or early morning tomorrow because I will stay here till 2 a.m. if I have to. This is so informative and interesting. Thank you so much. No problem, guys. Great information. Thank you for taking the time. That's what I love about you. You always stick around. No problem. Any success books you particularly like or authors for personal growth? Guys, I like biographies. My book called Get Out of Your Way, that's a good one. But I'm a biography guy, guys. I like to really follow people who have been successful and look for common characteristics more than I do self-help books. That's just me. How to break the ice when prospecting by phone? Just pick up the phone. Not to mention, have a reason for calling. In our coaching, we don't train people to cold call people that have no reason to call, like call an area and just say, hey, we've got buyers looking in your area. Always have a reason. Either have it connected to a listing that came up in the area, so you can call and say, hey, a listing just came up, your neighbor's property was just listed. Would you like more information on it? By the way, I'm not sure if you're aware, but this may have changed the value of your property. Would you like to know how it's changed? Or circle prospecting for an open house. So you're calling about a property you listed. Or circle prospecting an area, you know, when you show a property in an area. So now you have active buyers and you're letting them know that you really do. Or calling a for sale by owner and not calling them and lying and saying, I've got buyers for your place, but instead saying, as an expert in my area, I've got to know all the inventory, including your property. I'm going to be in your area tomorrow around 40. Mind if I stop by and take a look so I know if it fits any of my buyers? Like, there's all these different ways to make sure you have context when you call so that you're not being an idiot and lying to them, okay? My wife said sometimes 9s date 3s. Wait a minute. That's great. One-on-one coaching, how long of a commitment? 1 year. Yeah, we always in the beginning, we allow you to go month to month after that, but we only allow 12-month commitments in the beginning, and that's really more for you than it is for us. And what I mean by that is I'm telling you, we're gonna make you uncomfortable and we're gonna make you change. And so you're gonna be excited at first, but you're addicted to the way you do things, even if it's not working. And so we're gonna make you do things differently. And right around month 2 or 3, you're gonna be going, God, I wish I could just go back to the way I was doing it. But when you know you're committed, you have to keep doing what we're telling you. And then right around month 3 or 4, you're gonna go, oh, thank God I did this, okay? That's how it works. What is the blueprint? Michelle, if you can respond to her and give her the link. The blueprint is a course that I created that goes at your own pace, that covers all the different areas of your real estate business and shows you how to set it up. It's a 10-section course. You can check it out on our website. It's $499. It's an amazing value. It's over 50 videos, step by step by step, what you need to be setting your business up correctly, okay? Trying to get into offer and it isn't active on my computer. I don't know what that means. What offer are you, which one are you talking about? If it's the coaching, just go on our site and go to the coaching stuff. If it's the annual advance, go on our site and just click on the annual advance. They're both on there. Besides you, what is the best thing to listen to learn on Audible that helped you? Guys, I'm gonna keep going back to it. I'm a biography guy. I learn from other people that have done stuff. Like, that's how I am. Maybe I'm a little different than a lot of you, but I learn by actually watching what people are doing and then I implement. You know, I mean, I've listened to obviously a million different marketing podcasts and business podcasts and internet marketing podcasts. And, you know, Russell Brunson's got a good one when you're talking about funnels and those kinds of things. You know, I learn about all that stuff. Guys, there's so much information out there. There's so much information. Can we talk to other agents using your system? It would be great to see how the coaching made a difference. Absolutely. Absolutely. Contact us. We'll give you people you can talk to. There's been people in this stream right here that have told you you're crazy if you're not doing it. So absolutely. And if you come to the advance, there's going to be a lot of them up on stage. They're going to be talking about what it's done for them. Sharon, why I want to come to the advance. You know how to get people moving. You're great at what you do. Awesome, Sharon. Make sure you do that on a Facebook message, though, because I'm not going to see it on here once we're done, okay? Thanks, Jared, once again. Awesome. The group coaching, is it both of you on the call together? Yes, at the same time. It's 2 people dealing with the one-on-one coach at the same time, yes. How do you ask the seller for the business without seeming desperate? A seller is interviewing other agents. I should respect that, right? Yes, but it's about creating expectation up front. You're not desperate. You sell homes. You want to list their property. You're crazy if you don't want to list their property. That's not desperate if you want to list the property, but you should be creating expectation right up front. So when you first get into that listing presentation, the first thing you want to do is when you're talking to them, say, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, on a scale of 1 to 10, what has to happen in this meeting between you and I for you to consider this meeting a 10 and to know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm the agent you should be hiring and that we can move forward with marketing and selling your property? And they're going to answer that question and go, on a scale of 1 to 10, I need this to happen, I need that to happen, and what happens is they tell you what you need to do for it to be a 10, so now you know what you should focus on, but they also agreed that if you do these things, the expectation is no longer they're interviewing a bunch of people, it's that they're going to use you. And so now when you go in and you close, you're going to say, you know, at the beginning you said on a scale of 1 to 10, this needed to happen in order for you to know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm the agent you should be hiring to list and sell your property for the in the shortest amount of time for the most amount of money. Do you feel that I've met that? And if not, what is missing? And now you're just continually going back and trying to become a 10, okay? Thank you, you're amazing. Where do I get the slides, guys? I'll send out the replay and I'll send a page where the slides are and all that kind of stuff, okay? Yeah, I'm 3 years in the business, very successful buyer's agent in 2016. Goal for 2017 is to get more listings. Is it realistic to be both a listing and a buyer agent successfully? I showed you that testimonial. The person who started working with us about 5 months ago that was only buyers and is now getting a bunch of listings and buyers and is starting to switch your business over. Absolutely. That's what we do with people. You should be in coaching. I can't wait for the CRM and website. Listings are king. Jared James, thank you for the webinar. Auto dialer like Storm Dialer, Mojo, Vulcan 7, they all work. Land Voice is one I have a deal with. Go to landvoice.com/Jared James. You can call up to 4 people at once. Whichever one you like, use, period. What do you think about Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill? Great book, classic. Do you have an opinion on Boomtown or Zirple? Any recommendations? They do a nice job, but when I look at their follow-up process and I look at how they handle their transactions within, as far as the transaction process, when it goes from one step to the next, to the next, to the next, where I think they're really lacking and where we're gonna pick up is in their data reporting, so that you know exactly where people are in the stages of transactions and who didn't move forward, and that's where we're gonna do a much better job. But they do a good job, no doubt. Just sent you a Facebook message from Arizona, throwing my name in the hat, but hopefully being selected for San Antonio. Maritza, make sure you send me a Facebook message because I'm not gonna see this afterwards. You have to send me a message on Facebook, okay? Very good, thank you so much. Thanks, Kelly, thanks for the great webinar. I sent you a message. What would be the first thing that you would suggest an agent to purchase on your site? Right now it would be the annual advance. But I would probably say get into, if I had to and you're on a limited budget, I'd tell you to get the Blueprint course. And I tell you to get into virtual coaching to start the process to eventually, because that's the gateway drug that gets you into one-on-one coaching eventually, okay? If you could do one-on-one, I'd tell you to get into one-on-one right away, okay? But it's about what you can afford. And by the way, don't tell me you can't afford something when you're spending a ton of money on eating out and coffee and everything. Make a way if there is a way, okay? Thank you so much. I'm so glad you came to Winchester, Virginia this past fall. Any association board members or execs, I strongly recommend bringing Jared into your association. They will love you for it. Oh, Natalie, thank you so much. That's awesome. Do you see a niche for agents specializing in tiny houses? Is that real? Is this like an insurance commercial where like the marriage was good, but they were too big and the house was too small? If that's a big part of your town, I guess, but not overall, no. Thanks, Jared. I hope you get some sleep tonight. I'm not going to get a lot. I already know that. Early morning meeting, and I'll be doing this. There's probably hundreds of more messages that have come in. Thanks so much for your time. I learned a lot. Any way to see the advanced content without being there? We're trying to get it live streamed. We're going to allow people to purchase live stream, but we're not sure if it's going to work yet, so I don't know that yet. I'll let you know. Did you create a systems and infrastructure YouTube? We have a systems, if you go to my YouTube channel again, youtube.com/Jared James Today. On that channel, under the webinars and trainings, we have a systems training I did with Mark Manahaw. You can go check that out. Thank you, Jared. I increased my business in 2016 because of your virtual coaching, your systems, and have the best start this year that I've had in 11 years. Thank you. I can't wait to move on to the next level of one-on-one coaching. I will get there. Stephanie, let's do it. Don't wait, let's do it. What do you think of Z57? They're all right. I'm not a big fan, to be completely honest. There's better options. I'm not a huge fan. Can coaching help me how to spend the time doing this part-time to make the income to go full-time? Yes, as long as you can afford coaching. If you can't afford one-on-one coaching and you're just like, this needs to happen within 1 month, otherwise I can't afford it anymore, then don't get into one-on-one coaching. Always come from a position of strength, okay? Position of strength. Are you doing any events in the New York, New Jersey area? I just did one. I just did Triple Play in Atlantic City. I just did Washington, D.C. Am I going to be in New York? I'm going to be at Inman, New York, but not speaking there. I'm just going there because I've got a bunch of clients and whatever. I'll be in there for 1 day and then I've got to fly off somewhere else. I'm going to be in New York and New Jersey. I'll be at LBI for vacation this summer. I got to look. I'm not sure if I'm doing New York and New Jersey. Do you have a promotion with BombBomb? Yes, bombbomb.com/Jared James. Yes. Thank you so much. This has exceeded my expectation. Is there a place to find prices for hiring you as a speaker? Yes, Ryan, just on our website. There's a thing that says Hire Jared. Just fill out the form and my office will contact you and they'll ask you questions and find out what you're looking to do and then they'll give you a price. Any chance of becoming to Tampa Bay? You know what? I'm doing the Florida Association of Realtors in August. Is that in Tampa? I don't know where that is, but I'm doing the Florida Association of Realtors. I totally put myself out there. Doesn't this mean I should win a ticket? It just might, Christine. Send me a Facebook message and remind me about that. Maybe it will. Will you be in the Boston area? Michelle, will I be in the Boston area? I'm not sure. This is so bad, guys. I don't know. Make sure you're connected on all my social stuff because I usually put out where I'm going. So go to connectwithjared.com, send me a message. By the way, guys, if you enjoyed this right now, go to connectwithjared.com, send me messages, even if you're not trying to get to San Antonio, and just let me know that you've enjoyed this. It lets me know that it was worth it for me to be up late and not see my kids for dinner and whatever when I do this. So let me know you enjoyed it and that you want me to keep doing this kind of stuff, okay? That would really help. Are you doing the January 17th day at Inman? When am I going to Inman? I'm not even sure. I'm going to Toronto next week, and then I got my calendar right here. And then I'm going to go into Inman on the 18th. I'm staying overnight the 18th, and then I'm flying out to go to Oregon on the 19th. That's as detailed as I can be. Yes, and he was excellent at triple play. I loved it. Awesome. Any events in the great state of North Carolina? Ryan, tell the North Carolina Association of Realtors to get me back there for the state convention. I'd love to. Not Boston, but I'm in Massachusetts soon. Oh, thanks, Michelle. That's right. I'll be in Massachusetts. I'm going to be in Springfield, Massachusetts in April. I forgot about that. Can't get on your Facebook page. Deb, you can't friend me on the my personal profile. You can follow me there, but you can still send me a message. You can send it either on the fan page or on the personal profile, okay? And if you have an issue, just go to the contact us on our website, info@jaredjamestoday.com, and send it that way. But you can do it on my Facebook. I'm getting a ton of messages right now. You can do it. What is your opinion about listing funnels? Is it a productive investment or a waste of money and postage? There's better use of money right now, but I like the idea. But there's better uses of money. In the interim of your CRM, what do you think of Lion Desk? Not a huge fan. But if you like it and you're using it, keep using it. That's all that matters. Thanks, loved you at Triple Play. Jared really enjoyed this. Z-Buyer is okay. Again, I don't think these are great systems, guys. It's okay. It's all right. Most of the systems, guys, are not great. You know why? Because they're not built by real estate people. They're built by software people that don't understand. You know, that's why we're doing it. That's why I'm investing the money, because I know real estate. Okay, so that's why we're doing it, okay? Thoughts on SmartZip? SmartZip is gonna be at our annual advance. I've heard people who hated SmartZip, and I've heard people who loved SmartZip. If you're gonna do SmartZip, you have to commit to it long term, because if you do, you'll make a lot of money. If you don't, you won't. It's that simple. What do I think of Top Producer? I think it's an awesome system for the price. I think that it's not very user-friendly, but it does a lot of stuff, and if you understand it, keep using it. Awesome content. Can't wait to see you in San Antonio. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here late. All right, guys, here's what I want you to do. Is Top Producer worth the investment? It is, if you understand it. Most people get into it, though, and don't understand it, and they waste their money, and they don't use it for everything it can do. Again, I'm going to say this. Get into coaching, whether it's virtual or sign up for a one-on-one consult. Buy the Blueprint course. If you want to come to San Antonio, get your tickets. They're about to go up to $349 right now. They're $249 on our site. If I end up picking you, if you send me a message on Facebook and I end up picking you, I'll refund you the money, but get them while they're still $249. Invest in yourself. This is going to change your career around. The content is going to be amazing. I know, because I'm creating it right now. It's going to be amazing, okay? So get your Blueprint course, get that stuff. Invest in yourself if you want to make money. It's all tax write-off, guys. Invest in yourself. I invest in myself. I still spend a ton of money on things that you guys aren't even aware of, okay? Because I invest in myself. That's how I get to where I am. That's how I get to where I'm going, okay? Make sure you're connected on Instagram, guys. I do different things on Instagram than I do on Snapchat. When you send me messages on these places, I always respond. Fan page and the personal profile on Facebook. You need to be subscribed on YouTube. You can cover all these bases just by going to connectwithjared.com. Connect on all of them. Let me know you enjoyed tonight. Send me questions anytime you want. Even if it takes me a little bit, I will always get back to you. But guys, thank you, thank you, thank you for being on here. I can't tell you how much it means the world to me, the number of people that showed up today and that signed up to hear what I had to say. It's mind-boggling, absolutely mind-boggling, okay? So thank you all so much, okay? You can keep sending questions afterwards through the social channels. I'll answer them. Amy, you hope to bump into me at Marriott Marquis. I'll be there the 18th, and then the morning of the 19th, send me a message. We'll try to say hello, okay? I'll be walking around, absolutely. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. I hope I get a chance to have a lot of you at the advance. I hope I get a chance, guys, and I sincerely mean this. I don't need your money anymore. but I want you in coaching because it's going to do good for you, okay? I hope I get a chance to have so many of you in our one-on-one coaching. If not that, then at very minimum, the virtual coaching is the best value in real estate. Until then, guys, hope I get a chance to meet so many of you in person. I'm doing a lot of events this year. Hope I get a chance to meet so many of you in person. I really do like doing that kind of stuff. But again, guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here this late.